Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the strategic training for accountants, businessmen, businesswomen, and of course, entrepreneurs. The director, CEO of TVC Communications and the chairperson.
The point of the network is to ensure we have other people, leading on others, and to ensure we're passing knowledge to the next group of people joining the network.
A couple of years back, for the first time, we announced our revenue figures. I'm talking about revenue, not VC funding, not anything. We announced $1 billion as the revenue, I think 3 years back or 2.5 years back, we announced it publicly. The type of organization you choose to associate with needs to reflect your vision or your thinking, because you are going to put your business data, your client's business data into our software systems.
So Zoho Invoice is actually a completely free software for really small businesses who are just getting started, right? So it's a complete lifetime free application. You can do quick invoicing. You will be able to send customized invoices to your customers, collect payments from them, online payments from them, and do the time tracking.
Ideas are free. Execution is everything. If you're here and you've heard so many things and you've had that rare opportunity to join Zoho partnership and you've not taken action, I encourage you to please take action.
When we started the Women's Network, the goal was ultimately to ensure the women in finance and accounting are not left out whenever there's any good thing happening in the sector.
So we are not dependent on anything. So everything is built by Zoho from scratch. And for us, software we feel is a craft.
The role today, the role of accountants are changing, and it's changing very fast. We're no longer just custodians of ledgers, of journals, of reconciliations, but we're becoming strategic advisors, business partners, and decision makers. Saying thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you ACCA, thank you ICANN, thank you Advip.
Thank you so much, and we've come to the end of today's event. If you've been wondering, how do I automate my business? How do I get better and effective processes? How do I relate with my customers and make sure that they stay with me for life? What do I do with my books in this age of AI, right? Because AI is just about taking over everything. Today, Zoho will be teaching you quite a lot. Zoho's headquarters is in India. Up to date, they have over 150 million subscribers. They've been 30 years in business, and trust me, they know what they're doing when it comes to financial softwares and financial suites. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the strategic training for accountants, businessmen, businesswomen, and of course, entrepreneurs. Now, just to make sure that I don't like dolls. No, I don't do dolls. So we're going to try to lighten up this place a bit just before we start. But before that, I want to quickly recognize some very, very key people seated here today. I want to recognize the chairperson and the convener for the ACCA Women Network Nigeria, Victoria Ajayi. Please stand up. Please clap, please. You think it's easy? See, this woman is a very powerful woman, oh. I mean, she's powerful. You want to know her profile, her status, I'm going to read it. But I love her because she's a visionary. She's a woman who looks into the future. She's a woman who wants to mentor people. She's a woman who wants to preserve and protect the next generation. And she does that with all our effort. She's also, by the way, the CEO of Television Continental. If you are clapping, clap, please. If you are clapping, clap now. Oh, hey. You just might never tell. She might just give you a contract, so clap better. Clap better, clap better. All right. All right, so next and seated to her, I have the CEO of Advip. Just look at this place. Just look. The CEO of Advip Professional Services. I'm going to introduce her better, but Uju is warming, she's loving, she's beautiful, and she's a professional to the core. And guess what? She got an award that blew all our minds in Nigeria. She's an accountant that everybody goes to. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me. You know, in Nigeria now, if you're not paying your tax, you're in trouble. And Zoho is going to help you find an efficient way to do that. Now, I want to quickly introduce the head of commercial operations, Middle East, Zoho, Guru Rajan. Ladies and gentlemen, clap. You're just meeting your facilitator. Yeah, Guru has, you know, made so much impact. It's 20 years and above that he's into this accountant software business, and trust me, he knows what he's doing and he knows what he's saying. So please clap. Guru, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's not easy to work with a company who's done 30 years. It's not easy to actually have a company that has 150 million subscribers. And Zoho is in 50 different countries. 50. So trust me, you're really going to be getting or gleaning a great wealth of knowledge today. I'm also going to quickly introduce my body. Ramesh is my body. Like the vibe just, you know, just together. When we started snapping like this, I was like, ah. And if my husband would be see this picture, I'd be like, who's this guy? Who's this fine guy? So, you know, Ramesh is the business development leader for the Africa region, and he's positioned here in Nigeria. So please give Ramesh a round of applause. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to quickly go to our event of the day. But starting it up, I'd like to, before I invite the chairperson and convener of the ACCA Women Network Nigeria, I'd like to quickly read her status. She's going to give us a talk, and followed by Uju, and then we'll start with our, of course, what we have to do, the business of the day. Once again, I want you, or let me not say once again, because I have not said it before. I want you to please look at somebody sitting by your side and say, today, you just had it, please. I'm going to look somebody sitting by your side. Say, today, I'm going to learn intentionally. I'm going to grow. I'm going to shift my business. I'm going to shift my career from point A to point B. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you once again to the Strategic Accountants workshop taking place today at 4 Points by Sheraton, heralded and partnered by ACCA Women Nigeria Network. We also have Advip, and of course, Zoho, the company that is right now making things happen. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you a woman who has shaped her world, a woman who is a mentor to many, a woman who loves to make an impact. She is a woman that I've studied from afar. She is a woman that I personally have come to admire. Our ethics is something that every one of us can learn from when it comes to our energy, when it comes to, you know, the goal of impacting people around her. She's not just a leader. She takes time to look at the people around her and actually groom them for the future. She's not a leader who micromanages. She's a leader who loves to give people the space to grow. And I'm telling you personally, I mean, I'm not reading it from anywhere. This is what I have studied about her, what I've learned, and what I know. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you a seasoned business executive who is currently the Group Managing Director, CEO at TVC Communications. She is a media conglomerate, and she has so far captured an audience of about 30 million people daily with, of course, the media TVC. She has extensive governance and boardroom experience. She currently serves as the Chairman Audit Committee of the ACCA. She chairs the Audit and Risk Committee of a financial institution amongst other board roles she holds. Victoria is an investor, an AI proponent, a mentor to many, a rising female leader and author of the timeless book, The Precision-Led Woman. She is a definitive guide. The book is a definitive guide to leading leadership, to helping people who want to attain leadership positions. Victoria Ajayi has been recognized as one of the top 50 women in accounting globally. She is, of course, one of the 65 women making impact in Nigeria. And more recently, of course, she got an award for the Media CEO of the Year. If you want to clap, clap. If the clap is coming from your hearts, I did not say if it's not coming from your hearts, clap. Victoria Ajayi is a member of the Institute of Directors and the Society for Corporate Governance Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me the Director, CEO of TVC Communications and the Chairperson, convener of the ACCA Women Network. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kemi. As Kemi was talking, she had mentioned that, Uju is the deputy lead. Uju is like the incoming chair. So all this deputy lead and whatever you're calling her, she's like the incoming chair of the ACCA Women's Network. You heard it from here first. Because with growing responsibilities that I've had to, succession planning is very important for any network. I never started the network for me to be there forever. What's the point of having a network where other people cannot grow? The point of the network is to ensure we have other people, leading on others, and to ensure we're passing knowledge to the next group of people joining the network. So it just cannot be done by one person alone or by one group of people. And so I will start my opening remarks by saying thank you very much for having me here. And good morning once again, distinguished guests. I know there are a number of professional bodies here. I do not want to assume it's only ACCA members that are here. I know there will be ICANN members. There are fellow professional colleagues as well, and any other professional body that is here. So to all of the accounting professionals here, our partners here, Zoho Corporation, and members of the Women's Network, of course. So it's a pleasure to welcome you here this morning. And it's a gathering that sits right in the intersection of finance, of innovation, and the future of our profession. And I would say that, Uju, well done for making this possible. It reflects the fact that when we started the Women's Network, the goal was ultimately to ensure the women in finance and accounting are not left out whenever there's any good thing happening in the sector. We want to be the first to hear about it. We want to be the first to experience it. We want to be the first to lead in it. We don't want to be the ones left at the crumb, picking up the crumb, of all the good food that has been had. That is one of the principal reasons why we set up the network. We want to ensure when there's the latest news, we're there, and we're the ones that, putting it out in our companies. And so whenever there's a good thing, we want to bring it to you. And we've done that over the years and we'll continue to do that. So we feel this is a good thing. That is why Uju has, put it upon herself to ensure she introduces this and she shows you, the way. And anybody who wants to follow the right path, it's fine. And if you don't want to, it's okay. But it's our duty to at least expose it to you. And so the role of accountants are changing, and it's changing very fast. We're no longer just custodians of ledgers, of journals, of reconciliations, but we're becoming strategic advisors, business partners, and decision makers. As you all know, I lead a media house, but I'm a chartered accountant. Ordinarily, it will be journalists or people who have read mass communication or people who are, in the business of maybe storytelling. But think about it, we are all storytellers in our own way. And so whatever qualification, whatever experience we have all adds up. And this is where tools like, Zoho Finance Suite comes in, with its flexibility as an ERP solution and the growing capabilities with AI. I think a tool like this will help you do a couple of things. But I have a personal way in which I used to assess tools. And I thought I might share that with you, so that maybe when you assess or you're trying to use another tool, if it doesn't have these features, perhaps it's not complete. It's my personal way of assessing, by the way. And the way I remember it is, you all know what they call TGIF, right? For me, I use AGIF. The AGIF here, A is automate. I believe a tool like this Zoho Finance Suite, should help you automate routine financial processes. G there is for you to help you generate real-time insights. I there is to help you improve accuracy and efficiency. And then lastly, and most importantly, the tool is to ensure it helps you free up your time for higher value work. So if it doesn't do these four things, AGIF, automate, generate real-time insights, improve your accuracy and efficiency, and F, help you free up your time for higher value work, then I don't think that tool is the right tool for you. So remember AGIF anytime, okay? Because the future belongs to professionals who do more than just report numbers. It belongs to those who can interpret them, who can question them, and who can turn them into strategic direction. As the chair of Audit Committee of ACCA, now you all know how large ACCA is in over 180 countries. And I sit on Global Council and I chair the Audit Committee. So I see the financials of ACCA globally. And the executives of ACCA have to, sit before that committee and explain how they have utilized, funds, and explain the accounts and all of that. And the beautiful thing about it, sometimes when those papers get to us and gets to me first as the chair, I will see the agenda, I will see all of those things. I'm always rest assured, because the management and the team that work at ACCA are storytellers. They are not number crunchers. They don't come and read there. So I sit on other boards where I'm the chair, and those boards are in Nigeria. And the difference is stark. It's very clear. And one of them is a financial institution, and sometimes when they come and it's time for us to have the audit committee board meeting, and I'm just hearing numbers here and there. We're just slapped with numbers. I'm telling me, tell me the real story behind the numbers. I'm tired of seeing. I understand what is in the statement of financial position. I get all of these things. I want to know the real story. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of money here and there coming in. I'm seeing that your takings are very high, yet your finance cost is really low. Why? And you're not telling me, you're just telling me. And I'm thinking, why are we not storytellers? So every time I give that feedback, the next time people come back and still do the same thing. So there is a dearth of accountants who cannot tell good stories with the numbers. I keep saying this. It is a big problem. And if you're going to use a solution like this, it should free you up to actually become storytellers and not number crunchers. And so if you're going to take anything away with using any tool, please ensure that that is what you're going to be doing with this. This will help you free up, a lot of the routine things that you're going to be doing to help you then move from financial management to becoming strategic partners, in the organizations where you're able to tell a story. If you're not able to tell a story with your numbers, you're not going anywhere. Honestly, you won't be respected. I mean, as a board member, I only want to hear from those who can really explain and tell a good story with the numbers. Not the person who just come and show me, oh, this is what in 2024 said this, then we produced this in 2025, and then in 2024 we did this, and then in 2025, I can see that myself. I don't need you repeating that or regurgitating that to me. Okay, so to make that shift, I would hope that this tool, Zoho, would allow you move from being a number cruncher to a storyteller, from reporting what has happened to explaining why it happened and what should happen next. That is critical. And so That shift is what positions you, every one of you in this room, for boardroom conversations, for leadership opportunities, and long-term relevance in a tech-driven world. So today, I hope it's not just a product showcase. Don't see it as that. It should be an invitation for you to rethink how you work and how you add value, how you position yourself for the future. Let these tools handle the heavy lifting for you, the postings, the processing. Your role is to bring meaning, clarity, and direction to those numbers. I'll leave you with an African proverb. We all know that when I write, I must inject one, right? I live with my grandmother for long, so there's no way I'll finish anything I'm saying without an African proverb coming to my head. It says, when the music changes, the dance must also change. And indeed, the music in accounting and finance, has already changed. It's not that it's changing, it has already changed. And it has changed through technology, through automation, and through AI. And so the question is, are you ready to change your dance? Thank you very much, and I wish you a highly exciting session.
Yeah, my name is Chinedu Nwobi. I'm a trader in Alaba International Market. And I was wild today because it just simplified the stress of financial transaction for me. And I think any businessman anywhere just need this. Now you see, Advip Professional Services is the right company to contact to help you achieve that. Stress-free life, daily life. Let them help you achieve that. Not just for you, but for your company and for the generations to come.
Amazing. Please, a round of applause once again for Victoria Ajayi. Zoho is here to help make sure that your business is not just efficient, but sustainable. The person who made this happen today, help me with this mic, I'm a vessel. Her name is Mrs. Paulina Nwobi. That's Produce Mom. Produce Mom is here. Please help me recognize her. Thank you so much. And the mission and vision of Zoho is simply to help SME businesses automate their financial operations and digitize their day-to-day task. In a bit, I'm going to introduce to you the man who is in charge of operations for Middle East, Zoho. He is a very, in the little time I met him, I can tell you that Guru wants to be straight to the point, very efficient, and he doesn't want slip-ups. And if you have a man like that who wants to train you and help you get better, you won't have slip-ups in your business, right? So Guru Jan is the business head of Zoho Finance Suite. He has more than 2 decades of business application software experience and has been instrumental in technology software adoption amongst SMEs across the Middle East, India, and Africa. Part of his role includes interacting with tax authorities in the region and assisting Zoho product development to ensure that the product is always market ready. Strategizing channel management for accountants, VAR and Cs, and product management for the finance suite to address business and statutory requirements. Here are some of Ramesh's key strengths. Ramesh takes care of the partnerships and channel development for Zoho's finance suite of applications across sub-Saharan Africa. Today, Ramesh works closely with chartered accountants, consulting firms, and financial service providers to drive the adoption of modern cloud finance solutions. With 7 years at Zoho Corporation, he specializes in building and scaling strategic alliances, enabling partners to deliver value through Zoho's finance ecosystem. His approach centers on partner enablement, go-to-market strategy, and long-term alliance building, from onboarding and product training to co-selling and strategic market development. Ramesh is committed to empowering partners with the tools, knowledge, and support needed to succeed. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome our two facilitators for today, Gurujan Krishnamurthy and Ramesh Subramanian.
Thank you. Thank you ACCA, thank you ICANN, thank you Advip and all the professionals for taking out your valuable time on a weekend and coming here to know certain things about the changes which are happening in finance profession. Though the event is sponsored by Zoho, I will try to be as neutral as possible. We wanted to impart some knowledge to you. That is the objective of the session. Of course, there will be something on the Zoho part also, because as a company sponsoring, we need to speak about our organization also. So the purpose of today's session is very simple. What are all things are happening in AI space? We'll give you an overview of that. First, we will show about Zoho as a company, what it does, etc. Then we will talk a little bit detail about AI. And then Ramesh, my colleague Ramesh, will take you through how Zoho Finance is suited for Nigerian market. So this is going to be roughly 1.5 hours from now. So I do not know what other time calendars you have for the day. Definitely 1.5 hours, maybe. After each presentation, we will take questions from you. Like after my presentation, maybe we can take few questions, and maybe Ramesh also, after that we will finish, we will take few questions and then we will try to answer that. To come back to today's agenda, what we will do is, I will start with Zoho. How many of you know Zoho, about Zoho? A quick raise of hands. Oh, less. I think all of you would have seen some of the billboards which are kept in various places of Lagos, right? Okay. What you see in the billboard is just a motif. The behind scenes Zoho is completely different. We all know Zoho as a software. Many of us know Zoho as a software, correct? You log in Zoho and then you are able to do your day-to-day things. We are not a software company. Some of you will find it slightly different, but that is the truth. We are a technological company. What is the difference between technology company and software company, you might wonder. The difference between these two is, if I am going to use some other company's technology to build a software, then we are a software company. Here, the core technology, the entire stack is built by Zoho. That is the difference between software company and a technology company. See the servers, the underlying architecture, because I can go on and on, in the interest of time I'm cutting all that stuff. Including the server and the physical space where we are located is completely owned by Zoho. It is not that you are using, maybe I don't want to name some other company's technology, we are using that technology to host your data. No, we don't do that. Everything is on our own. Right from the scratch, even if you are seeing a report and you are taking it to some spreadsheet, the technology used to take out that is also written by Zoho. So we are not dependent on anything. So everything is built by Zoho from scratch. And for us, software we feel is a craft. I presume you all know what you mean by craft. Like we create it. We make each and everything to the precise point where how it is to be perfected. So that is where our software is prepared. So we are a technology company. Some of these things I think already when she introduced about Zoho, she has told. I will talk something which is not there in this slides. See, we are 19,000 employees roughly, that's what it says. But out of these 19,000 employees, how they are recruited? Many of them, if not a good percentage of them, have never gone to college. Can you believe this? So, most, if I won't say, I won't put a percentage to it, a substantial percentage of persons have never gone to college, have just finished the schools. We give them training, we give them enough projects and then they are absorbed into the roles. And we believe in rural development a lot. So we are not in those kind of companies, organizations, places where the real estate is very high cost. So we keep the things in, I would say, not rural, semi-urban areas or rural areas we keep the office. So out of this 19,000, if you look at it, there might be people in multiple offices they operate. There are many different things like that we do the things. So it is completely a different organization. Every company claims that they are different. Since you are all from finance background, I will share one fact. We are completely privately owned organization. There are no external investors. We are not listed in any stock market, nothing of that sort. Very closely held company. I think numbers are not there. Couple of years back, for the first time, we announced our revenue figures. I'm talking about revenue, not VC funding, not anything. We announced $1 billion as the revenue, I think 3 years back or 2.5 years back, we announced it publicly. So that is the type of company you are dealing with or you are hearing about. So why I am giving all this, I would say, as a knowledge or a gyan is, the type of organization you choose to associate with needs to reflect your vision or your thinking, because you are going to put your business data, your client's business data into our software systems. So we are not bound by external pressures. Like for example, somebody says, no, you have to show last quarter, this quarter. Since you are all from finance professionals, I use this analogy. Last quarter the profit was this quarter the profit has to be increased. So then you increase the price. No, we don't do all that stuff. So you can be rest assured, our decisions are not sales or marketing oriented, but our decisions are, most of the things are oriented towards R&D, technology and support. That is the organization, that's why we call it as a technology organization. I think rest of the things I will give a skip in the interest of time. We have presence across the globe. In Lekki, we have the office here in Lagos, so we are locally present. You need not be worried that though I have come from Dubai and Ramesh has come from India, it doesn't mean that we are not having an office and local presence. You have the presence here in Lagos itself. And we have multiple products, close to 60 products we have. Each of this does different work. You can see the things from 2005 when we started our first product, now 2026, we have grown to 150 million users. And in the interest of time, I'm skipping this also because we are supposed to start at 10:30. We started at almost 30 minutes late. I will give a skip to that. So practically for every business function, though you are all mostly from finance and accounting and auditing professional, you can be rest assured that for every business function, there is a Zoho app. We are not in personal space, but in every business function space, we have solutions for that. And today's discussion, see, these functions might be for sales. We have Zoho CRM, marketing, we have multiple apps, Zoho Social, multiple apps are there. We have complete developer platform, project management, email storage and collaboration, business analytics. Everything we have solutions for each of these applications as separate applications. The beauty of Zoho is you can take either one application and start using it, or you can take a bundle of applications, or you can take the whole Zoho applications. Miss Victoria was referring specifically about one proverb, African proverb she was mentioning. When the music is changing, you need to dance has to change. So we are not going to dance. Artificial intelligence has made us to dance to its tunes now, I should say. Nobody here, at least in the accounting profession, is immune to this particular change. I won't talk about other professions. Every profession is affected, impacted. All these three words are important. So definitely artificial intelligence has made a change. If you are not adapting to the change, very high probability that you will be left out. Sorry for these words. That is the truth of the matter. So you need, see what happens when you swim first time. You have never swum in life, say for example, you jump into the pond or river or something. You need somebody to guide with you to the first till you get hang of it. So you need to choose a technology partner who can help you to swim easily. After that, of course, it becomes easy once you get used to it. Similarly, artificial intelligence also needs a technology partner. There are multiple technology partners available across the globe now. I do not want to name anybody, everybody is aware of everything. So, as an accountant or a profession, what are all the things you need to look out? Because I've been speaking to multiple countries, various ICANN or ACCA or India ICA, multiple forums I've been speaking on the AI part. Looking at Nigerian perspective, again, more from an SME perspective, I'm not taking a very big corporates here, I'm talking mostly in medium type of enterprises. Some of the steps you can really do is automation part with AI. If you have done this, it is very easy. In case if you have not done, please start it today or at least from Monday. You need to see to it that your receipts are automatically scanned. Receipts, any some expenses you are making, those receipts must be auto scanned. Now the OCR technology is very basic now. Or vendor bills, any of this, there is no need for you to do the reconciliation once in the end of the month or once in 15 days. Those days are gone. If you are doing, please, you are not at all, sorry to say, you are not at all fit for AI adoption. Because these are all very fast things I am talking about. This is the very basic thing you are expected to do in your day-to-day profession. Statements, you must reconcile as fast as you can. Like the moment the statement comes from the bank, you should be able to reconcile. So that is what we are talking about. Again, the system should be able to assist you to do the reconciliation. You are not going to select, okay, 100,000 naira paid to Mr. ABC vendor. No. System should be able to match and present to you. At least 90% of the reconciliation will be done by the system, maybe 5% or 10% subject to the challenges. Because there are rule-based frameworks that you can teach the system, like if this description contains so and so, then this expense is belonging to MTN. So the internet charges or communication expenses will be debited. These are all basics, I would say. So this is the first step. Second step is entry of data. Again, Ms. Victoria was referring to a point, you need to relieve yourself of your basic things. As a professional, if you are going to enter the data manually, then you need to relook at yourself, how much of this can be automated, or rather I would say that prompting can help you, which can be rule-based. Again, so if you are going to repetitively enter some invoices or expenses or journal entries, all those kind of things, routine things, which both ICA members are there, ACCA members are there, many people are here, you are all qualified professionals. You are not expected to do these kind of jobs. Maybe a junior accountant might do, but even that also I would say, I would advocate against that. The system should be able to do that. You should be able to set a rule or a prompt to that system, then the system will do this. This is the second step, I would say, in the AI. Third thing is fraud detection. Why I took for Nigeria, don't ask me that, but I just took it. So if there is a fraud happening somewhere, the software or the technology should be able to assist you to locate the fraud. For example, just a funny example, don't take it literally. Myself and Ramesh have travelled from India to here. We spent some money for food. I'd also take a photo of the bill. Ramesh also takes the photo of the bill. Both of us claim. I operate from Dubai office. I report to my Dubai office. He reports to Chennai office. There are two different accountants. So I also claim 100,000 naira. He also claims 100,000 naira. Ramesh, will you do that? No. He will not do that. Just a weird example I am just taking. This is a fraud. This is a fraud. We should not commit that fraud, but assuming I am committing that fraud. How on earth the financial controller of Zoho will come to know 100,000 naira is a very small amount. They will not even know that such amount expense has happened, but both have uploaded the same bill, food bill. So your software should be capable to track certain things and bring to you. So the AI can really help and it will also support in auditing functionalities. Last important part is future. The system, you should be able to predict the future. We are not soothsayers or astrologers to find that, but with the data, what is entered in the system, you should be able to do things like cash flow or liquidity issues. You will be able to forecast, because again, Victoria was telling you, your role is not going to be just like bookkeepers or accountants or anything. You are going to be the business advisors for those people whom you are consulting. So these aspects play an important role in AI. Last but not least, the tax compliance and planning. The rules are changing like anything with OECD's requirements on each and every government, whether Nigeria or any other country. If you look at it, the changes which are happening in this space is evolving like anything. I presume already e-invoicing is a requirement in this country for certain threshold of businesses. Again, more and more lower threshold will come in the near future. So the regulations are changing, and your software or the AI system should be able to understand that and automatically do that implementation. So those kind of technologies AI is bringing. But please note, this is the order in which I am suggesting. It may be different for you, but this is my suggestion. You can go in this route, it will be easy for you to adapt to AI. So some of the practical pointers is, for AI to work, you must have a clear and clean data. When I say clear and clean data, this is a challenging part for many organizations. I would urge you, you can look at the database, whatever database you are using, ensure that that data is compliant to either GDPR or Nigerian Data Protection Act, whatever may be the requirements. Say things like PII. In AI world, it becomes super critical that you don't keep the PII data in an open format. PII means personally identified information. So you might have some of your client's name, mobile number. Maybe your business does need that kind of requirements. You need to capture it and store it in your database. But when you connect your data to AI environment, even accidentally, this should not expose to the third-party AI tools. Then there is a possibility, again I am not saying it will happen, there is a possibility this data might be used by that tool to learn that and then use it for somebody else. So your personal data is exposed to outside domain, and your firm might be on a risk for legal risk. They might say that this company's data is exposed outside. So please ensure your data is clean and clear and comply to GDPR or NDPA, whatever may be your local requirements there, you must have that. Another is select the right technology stack. I won't stress on that again. Each business will have a specific requirement and choosing the right stack, especially in AI. Now the challenge here is, there are many software tools which are built in AI. They might be extremely good, but ecosystem compatibility is the biggest challenge. When I say ecosystem, some of you might be using a software or a solution which might already be there with all the functionalities, connected with external environment and doing. But that might not be ready for AI. Then you will connect it with some third-party tools. Please allow me to permit usage of some other names like Cloud or ChatGPT or any of those kind of tools. Then those softwares, how it will function, we do not know. We also have MCP, Model Context Protocol, wherein you can connect Zoho software with any industry standard LLM model. It's not Zia LLM alone. You are free to connect with third-party LLMs also. That is also part of that. And finally, the search. When I say search, you can query, you can ask certain things on Zia LLM, and using Zoho's database, it can give you answers to that. All these things are part of Zia LLM, and entire AI finance stack is built on Zia LLM. So I will give you some random examples, few examples here, so that you get an idea of what we are talking about here. There are 4 principles at which we work on this. we don't harvest your data. I think all of you understand what is harvesting of data. So we are very clear on that as a company principle, and no shadow training. Lot of LLMs do this as a principle. We don't shadow train. There is no surveillance. That is also a standard principle, and there will not be any ads. Even if you are using a free edition of Zoho, there won't be any ads, and there will not be any tracker also. Like if you are using our apps in the ad, like if you go to any Chrome extension or anything, you can see like how many people are tracking your data. We assure you, none of the Zoho apps or Zoho Finance app will have any ads or any tracker of that sort. These are all 4 funding principles with which our LLM is also built. We are a privacy first 7 billion model. So trained from scratch we have used, and it runs on our own servers. Of course, NVIDIA is the backbone for us, and that NEMO framework is what we are using. Why I am giving all this information is, you can be rest assured as Zia LLM as your backend AI tool for your day-to-day operations. All these 4 principles at which we have built this will be enforced in all our AI tools whichever we are coming up with. There is one caveat or exception to here is, if you are going to connect with some third-party tools, be it Claude or ChatGPT or any of the publicly available tools, we cannot guarantee any of this, because you are exposing the data to outside world, and the risks associated with this completely needs to be owned by the person who is authorizing such a connection. I am not saying this is right, that is wrong. No, I am not saying that. But we cannot guarantee that. But if the data is within Zia LLM, I can assure you all these 4 principles are enforced. So number 1 point I am going to give an example is anomaly detection under Zia. So you can actually uncover trends. Example here is, I just can give, the system has already found out from the database there was a fall in the subscription revenue. I am talking about some kind of revenue which is not your day-to-day business. It is a subscription based business. Say assume Netflix or Prime or some company like that, where they do online subscription. Even Zoho does the subscription business. So the system has the database to find out why that is analyzed, and it is also found out which region or which product line gives this. All those analysis insights, it will come out, and it will not just come in reports, it can also send you as a message or a notification in your WhatsApp level. Up to that level the system is ready now. Once you need to prompt it, and then system will automatically give you this. Similarly, forecasting. See what we talked about earlier about forecasting. The system can predict what is going to be the future. So for this to work, you need to have back data for too much. If you have less data, then the forecasting might not be great. But if you have more years of data, the system can easily forecast. And if you have punched in orders, sales orders or any of those information, it will help you to forecast better. The key difference here compared to other LLMs and Zia is, it not only looks at the past data, it can predict future based on other trends. Similar organizations' trends it can learn, and it can give you comparative information. Be it revenue churn, how many customers might get loose, etc., etc. It can come. I talked about real-time fraud detection. I gave an example earlier itself, so you understand what we are referring to. So all those kind of merchant-based things. Say, when I say merchant-based risk is a very difficult thing to identify. Zia LLM can easily identify that, and you can even block the suspicious transactions in our Zoho payments engine and etc. I'll just show you a small video here as a summary. This is a part of our system. There is an AI summary. Some AI has found out the insights of your cash flow prediction, P&L, receivable insights. You can see here how much time it is waited. So I am not able to hold that video. So you can see payable insights. All those things system can automatically found out that, and then it is available as a part of our core Zoho Books data engine. Similarly, I will take one other example. Very basic tasks. Like I want to set up an email to my customers, somebody is not paying me on time. the system can automatically generate the text for you as a notification, and it can also help you to find out, it can give you a draft text. You can customize it based on your requirement. Like, okay, this is the prompt I want to send the mail. Okay, please find attached review for payment. It is not very good. So you can say, you can ask for a better wordings. It will do that. It may be tone can be formal, casual, friendly, all those things. Again, please note that this is nothing great. But as a part of the system, it can find out for this customer, this is the right method. Or first reminder can be in a very gentle manner. Second reminder can be more strict. Third reminder may be starting with some legal words, things like that. So the system can automatically understand that and create the content based on the requirement, business requirement there. Okay. Sorry, I think the screen is not moving. What is my DSO? So the system will automatically find out what is your DSO, understand the context and gives you the data based on your current database, what you have. So you can also say long pending customers you wanted to find out. Again, all of this without connecting to a third party AI agent, be it Cloud or ChatGPT. Within Zoho Books itself, you are able to do all these things. Before I stop my presentation, I want to show two important things. Then I will take a pause. I am ready to ask questions, answer the questions. One is co-create agent. So when you have large volume of data, you have to enter the data on a regular basis. It becomes cumbersome task. So we have built some tools by which you can by prompting you can create the invoice on its own. Allow me a minute. So in this case, I have customer, I go to invoice module, I have an option called finance agent. I can take a query, create an invoice for Mr. John for 2 bikes priced at 15,000. So once I create it, the system takes control of it and it can create an invoice by itself. It looks at the customer John, what type of bike he has been sold earlier, get that, and it will create the invoice as per by itself. It is not done manually, it is done by the system automatically. So once the invoice is generated, in between I found out there is something is missing in that. I can take a control of that and I can enter some extra data. Say maybe for example I can say some $100 I want to reduce or I want to increase the shipping charges on that. I can take a control in between and I can enter the data manually and then again I will resume the autofill. So automatically system will create the invoice for you and save that transaction. This can be on draft mode or it can be on approved mode. However you want to configure, you can configure it. Why I am talking about these things is your time to do the things, day-to-day routine things can be substantially reduced. This is one example we have taken. Another example is, allow me a minute, blueprint. What is blueprint? Any idea? Blueprint is a process-driven activity in most of the organization. When certain things to be done, it has to be done in a particular flow or a structured manner. That's what we call it as blueprint. So, a typical sample example would be, okay, I'll play this. Zoho Books has got multiple modules to do the things, but you don't have a module for doing a particular activity called asset tracking. You are issuing assets to somebody and they are using that for temporary purpose and then they are returning back. Say for example, this is a very standard activity. Now for this to be built, generally you will expect to do some programming, you have to create a form and then you have to issue it, somebody has to approve it, then it will come back, etc. Now, this particular activity has to be dependent on the fixed assets what are lying in your office, say for instance. So it needs to be created as a module and that module can be accessed by the users who are accessing your software. Now you think like creating a module of this nature will be a very difficult task. Unfortunately for us, unfortunately for you, this is not a no-brainer with AI, Zia LLM. So what we are doing here is, we are doing a blueprint. A module can be created directly by the software You are just going to prompt it. So there is no asset tracking module here. So you can create using Zia. So I am creating a module. I say I want to asset tracking. What are all the things which will be available? Sorry. So I can say like this is the model. It will generate. You can always do a pass of this, and you can say like this module. This is a available, non-available status. You want to do it. So what happens here is you can define what are all the new stages if you want to keep it. So it is basically a drag and drop. See, the system automatically creates the required options, what you need to do. So once you do the configuration, system will create the module. It will automatically create what are all the status for that, and it can create the module by itself. And once the system is ready with the module, it creates the back-end programming for that. You are not going to do any programming in this. AI will do the programming for you for this module, and it will publish it. And as a normal user, you can say, I want to issue the laptop or whatever may be the asset model. You can give that numbers, and I can issue to somebody user, and they can reverse it. It will give you the report for that, all that stuff. Why I taken this example is very easy to illustrate. So you can create modules without knowing the programming with Zia, and you can bolt it on top of any of the Zoho Finance applications as per your business needs. I stop here with this. I'm open for questions. Okay, let this video get filled. It's another 10 seconds or 20 seconds. So it can maintain the notifications. If you're having a mobile app, you can find out that notification comes in your mobile app. Approvals can also come in mobile app. Those are all basic things. It can do that.
If you enjoyed that session, please put your hands together and clap. Oh no, you want to do more than that. You want to clap more. I mean, I learned a lot.
So, hi, myself Guru. I lead the business side of Zoho Finance for Middle East and Africa. Thank you ACCA and Advip for organizing such a wonderful session, inviting members of both ACCA and ICANN. It was a very good interactive experience where we could hear the benefits of Zoho Finance Suite to them and also offer an option for them to be a partner. I hope this session was useful, and we find this interaction is very helpful for Zoho. We hope to continue to do this again sometime in the future. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Ramesh. And, take care of business development for Zoho Finance Suite of products in Nigeria. So we had a wonderful session today, interacting with a lot of chartered accountants and certified accounting professionals here in Ragos. Thank you very much to Ms. Soju and the Advip team for initiating this with the ACCA Women's Network as well as the ICANN members who joined us. Thank you so much for everyone. We had a very great interactive session with everyone. I hope this was very useful for everyone who joined us to understand more about the power of finance suite of products that we offer at Zoho.
So let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Oluwakemi Arewa. I'm a brand and marketing specialist. I'm a seasoned brand consultant. So I started broadcasting in 2004 with Echo FM, and then I moved to Television Continental. And from Television Continental, as you can see, Victoria Ajayi and me, we have history. From Television Continental, I moved to helping SMEs and entrepreneurs understand how to create messages, how to create adverts for their target audience. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You are still at the Zoho Strategic Workshop taking place right here at 4 Points by Sheraton today, Saturday, May 2nd, 2026. And as I said, you're going to be learning quite a lot from every one of the facilitators. And we just got started. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Ramesh Subrahaman.
Yeah, hi everyone. Nice to meet you again. Yeah, I hope you're all having a good day. Yes. Yeah, that's nice. Nice to hear. So nice to be here. It's a great opportunity to meet all the chartered accountants in one place. Thank you, Uju, once again for that, and the ACCA and ICANN members for being here on a Saturday. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. So I'll just cut to short. So this particular next 30 or 35 minutes, whatever you're going to listen, is going to be purely from a product perspective. So I'm going to show you a walkthrough of what we have done in the new Nigeria edition for Zoho Books. Right. So as Guru had mentioned earlier, we do have 17 plus country specific editions across the world, and Nigeria would be the 18th edition to this. Right. And so every time we come up with a country specific edition for Zoho Books, a few key things that we keep in our mind is the first part is to be able to automate the taxations, right? To be able to fetch the tax rates automatically into the application, and also to be able to set up tax rules within the Zoho Books application. So these are two primary things that we look. And the third thing is, if that particular country already has an e-invoicing compliance in place, then we make sure that we meet that particular compliance in the country and provide an overall end-to-end compliance for that specific country, right? So that's what we have tried to do in the Nigeria edition for Zoho Books as well. So I will, I'm not sure if how many of you have used Zoho Books before? Just a quick raise of hands. Okay, just a few. Okay, good. So what I'll do is I'll also give you a quick walkthrough of what the application primarily does and what are all the functionalities we offer as part of the product itself, right? So that will give you an understanding of where you will have to use the product and for what scenarios it solves your requirement. Right, so that's what we're going to try to do in this session, and followed by that, I will also, give you a quick walkthrough, or let's say a quick understanding into what other finance applications that we have. I'm not sure if many of you have seen this specific standee that we have kept over there, so you can see that we have around close to 7 different applications here, and accounting and bookkeeping is just one of the buckets that we focus on, right? So apart from that, we have 6 other applications primarily focusing on automating your day-to-day finance back office operations, right? So I'll give you a quick glimpse into all these applications as well, and towards the end we'll also discuss about how, as accounting professionals or financial advisors, you can collaborate with Zoho in order to benefit your firm as well as your clients. So we'll discuss about that towards the end of the session as well. Now, just a small, it's a bit weird. There's a small inconvenience, so I need to go back and sit behind and then do the presentation right now, because I'm going to show you or walk you through the application right now. So I'm going to be sitting behind while the screen projection is going to be here, and you're going to look at the demo. Why we built the Nigeria edition primarily is to be able to be aligned with the regulatory processes or regulatory stuff here in Nigeria. Second thing is we want to take a localized approach. As you all know already, we do have a local office here in Nigeria, so that shows our commitment to this particular country. So we want to make sure that everything that we do has a local approach or a touch over here. And the third one, of course, is the e-invoicing readiness, right? So with that being said, I'll just quickly switch over to the Zoho Books application right now, and I'll show you, how the edition looks like. So I hope my screen is visible. So this is basically how the Zoho Books application will look like once you sign up into the application. So for anyone who has not used Zoho Books before, if you're looking to sign up for Zoho Books, just feel free to Google the name Zoho Books, Zoho space books, and you will be able to find the sign up link and our web page online. Right? And or another short URL for you to remember is books.zoho.com. Right? So if you go to books.zoho.com, it will automatically take you to the Zoho Books sign up page, and you can sign up with just your email address and password. You need to create a password for the very first time when you're signing up, and once you do that, you're inside the Zoho Books application. Right? And the moment you log into the application, this is how the dashboard or the home page of the application looks like. So as an accounting professional or a business owner, the moment you log into the application, one thing that you would want to see is the total receivables and the total payables of your business, the entire cash flow, right? Where you're spending and where you need to receive money. All these things you will be able to get a quick glimpse right inside the dashboard itself, right? So it shows you a complete cash flow on which month, where you've spent, what's your incoming, outgoing, and the ending balance for that specific month. You'll be able to see that, and a quick glimpse on the income and expense chart for that specific month in that year as well, and the top expenses where you've spent for the specific category or the account for which you've spent your money. So all these things you will be able to see in here, right? And we also have the option to, like, if you have projects that you're working on, so if your customer is working on multiple projects at the same time and you need project tasks to be automated or project hour based billing to be automated, those kind of things can be added to your watch list on the dashboard. And you also have the bank, like if you have your bank accounts connected in here or added and you've imported a statement manually, you can see all those details, like how many transactions are yet to be categorized, how many transactions are yet to be reconciled. You can see all those information right in here. And it also gives you a quick accounts watch list. Like if you have crucial accounts that for which you need a watch list, you can add specific chart of accounts to your dashboard watch list in the homepage itself. Right? Now, one of the first or the primary things that you do when you log into the application is to set up the taxation part. And this is where we have the Nigeria edition coming into place. So previously, what we were offering was more of a global edition for the Nigerian country, right? Which means we have a global framework given to you. You need to set up your taxes manually. Like you need to create a tax, you need to specify what percentage it is, all those things you need to do. But now with the Nigeria edition, we have the taxes already imported for you within the application. Right? So for the very first time, when you're going to set up your VAT settings in the application, right, you will have the option to specify the VAT registration number label, and you can enter your VAT registration number and the tax registration date over here. So once you provide these details under the VAT settings and save it, your tax rates are going to be automatically populated in the system like this, right? And another thing that we provide as part of this is the tax return settings as well. So you will have the option to set up your reporting period, how you want to report it, and your tax return start date, and whether it's accrual or cash basis tax that you're going to target. Right? So that's also there. And you will also find withholding VAT included in the system itself. So basically, whenever you are creating an invoice or you are making a payment to your vendor, if that specific VAT is going to be withheld by the payee, you will be able to record that as part of the withholding VAT within Zoho Books. And you can configure that settings both for customers as well as vendors as well. Right? And apart from this, we will also come up with withholding tax as part of the setup as well. So just to give you an understanding, this particular Nigeria edition is currently under early access. It is in the beta stages. It is not yet launched to the public. So it's a bit of a confidential information that we are sharing you here. So it's going to be available within a month's time for public usage. Right? So at that time, when we are launching it officially, the withholding tax is also going to be included as part of it, and you will also be able to select the specific regimes for your withholding tax as well, whether it's going to be rent that you're paying or income received on any other additional sources. All those things can be catered to as part of the withholding tax as well. And one of the additional things that you will notice is the tax automation settings that we have brought in within Zoho Books as well. So this is something that we have recently built, and it is available for all the country specific editions wherever we have the local tax compliance, right? So what it basically does is that it automatically applies the tax rates for your transactions, be it invoices or be it vendor bills, depending upon the customer or the vendor's address and depending upon the item's tax category, it is possible for the system to accurately select the tax rate for each item. Now imagine you are creating an invoice that has 10 or 15 line items, right? And let's say the one who is usually raising the invoice is going to be an employee or a salesperson in the company. They may not know what tax has to be applied against each line item, right? So the system is going to accurately select the tax on behalf of you, and all you need to do is just few configurations and make sure that the address of the vendor or the customer is accurately selected, particularly the country of that customer or that vendor, and you have to make sure that there is a tax category associated with your items, right? And with respect to address preference, you can also select whether you want to get the tax based on the billing address or based on the shipping address. That is completely up to you. You can decide how you want to do it, and then the tax is going to be auto selected. Now I will just quickly show you how this works, right? So whenever you add a new item, so one of the masters that you see within Zoho, the main master that you will see is the item master. Another one is the vendor master, right? So item master is basically where you have all your items added within the application, and in order to add your items within the application, you can either do it one by one, so you can add one item at a time and then it gets added in the system, or it is also possible for you to import the items as a CSV or Excel files, right? So if you have a specific Excel file we have a sample Excel or CSV file format supported within the system. So when you are importing the items, you will see there is a sample file here that you can download, right? So once you download it, you can adjust your import file according to this sample import that we have given, and you can import the items within the system. So yeah, and it is also possible for you to import the when you're adding a new item within the application, right, it is possible for you to here select the the tax category. So as you can see, you can select the item type, basically whether it is a goods or service item. So depending upon it, you can select it. And we have also provided HSN and IC label as well in the system. And from a reporting angle, we currently support over 60 plus reports within the application. So all from different business perspectives. So from a business overview point of view, we have the profit and loss reports. We have the so that gives you the comprehensive details on every single account that where you have made spent money or the income has come. You can either see a table view or you can see a chart view as well. Both are possible, and it is also possible for you to look at the cash flow statement as well, the overall cash flow, the income and net income, net expense. All those details can be seen here, and you have the option to see the balance sheet in the application across different accounts. This is possible. And from an accountant perspective, we also have the accountant specific reports available with respect to account transactions. So for a specific account, you will be able to filter out the report, and let's say I can say that when the account is in, right, I can say cost of goods sold, right? I can select that specific account and filter the report to view the opening balance or the closing balance for that specific account. And you will also be able to customize the report columns as well. So if you don't feel that the columns that you see are enough, or there are more columns than you need, you can customize all those. Like you can remove certain columns, add certain columns in here and view those details. And there's also options for you to create custom reports as well. So whatever filter that you're applying on your reports, it is possible for you to customize and save the reports with the filters that you have applied on your reports as well. So this is basically how the reporting structure typically works in the application. And from a setup perspective, like you will see that there's a wide range of settings that you see within the application. So with respect to, like in Guru's presentation, he mentioned about user roles, right, for privacy. So you will be able to define specific roles on who has access to edit something, or who has access to access a particular module, or make some changes to a specific module. So all these things can be all these things can be adjusted in here whenever you're creating a new role. So I can say that a particular user role that I'm creating, let's say for a salesperson, that person will have access only to view and create. So they will not have access to edit or delete those records. So whatever they have recorded, it's going to be recorded, right? So these kind of access permissions can be defined, and the level of access that you're giving for each module can also be controlled within the user roles that you're creating in here. Right? So this is typically how extensive and customizable the application is going to be, and there are also a wide range of integrations with respect to payment gateways as well as other stuff that we have supported. So Stripe is a global provider that we have, but apart from that, as I mentioned earlier, you will have the option to link through Paystack as well as through Searbit as well. So as I mentioned earlier, so we have the option to connect Paystack for Zoho Books. So it's just a simple step that you have to follow. So you can just search for Paystack for Zoho Books online, and you will find this, and you will be able to integrate the payment gateway within the system. So when you are integrating it, as you can see here, whenever an invoice is being sent to a specific customer, you will have the option to make the payment through a Paystack. So you will have the option to select the online payment gateway as Paystack, and the payment happens through, collection happens through them, right? And similarly, we also have the other integrations, like we have integrations with other Zoho apps, mainly with CRM, FSM, and projects and other finance applications. So remember, as we said earlier in the beginning, all Zoho applications are integrated together. So we are built on the same platform. The entire data center and all that stuff are built on the same platform. So all these applications that you see can be integrated together for multiple different purposes. Right? And then there's also WhatsApp integrations and other marketplace integrations that we provide as well, which you can very well have a look at it. So for those of you who are new to Zoho Books, I would definitely urge you to sign up for Zoho Books today and give a try on all the functionalities that we offer as part of the application. So that will give you a more closer understanding of what exactly you can expect and what the functionalities and features that you see within the application.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Ramesh. Oh yeah, say to somebody, I'm amazing. I'm amazing, right? All right, so we're rounding off, and just before I do that, I want to welcome you once again. Thank you for coming to the Strategic Accountants Workshop by Zoho today. It's absolutely amazing.
My name is Jane Obiora. There's so much more that is coming. I already use Zoho, so I'm very conversant with what's going on. And beyond that is the fact that Advip is family today. Usually is a cousin, and we know how we started from uni Abuja up to this point. I know that she will continue to go beyond the target and goals she sets for herself.
My name is Pauline Awoki. I thank God for my life, that I'm still alive today by the grace of God. I thank God. So for Uju, my daughter, it's God that made me what she is today. From day one, I get this child. It's a special care for me. Before she started school, it's 3 years ago she started, and from that day till today, she never felt. She loved to read. She anything, and this accountant is doing it right for day one. They like bookkeeping and accounting. Anything you send you to do, they come back, you give the correct account that message. So she is brilliant in school. It's first or second position in school since he started school from nursery school till today. So the life of Uju is God make, not woman. Okay. It's from God. It's God's gift.
Obianoju Nwaobi Onyekwere has a heart of gold. She's I don't know how to describe her. She's not just ordinary to me. The way I love her, I will not reveal all the secrets, but the last time I was speaking to her, I said, I don't just know why I love you. Because the things I will not do for anybody else, I do for her. And it's because of her heart. Uju is a wonderful person to know as a friend, as a colleague. Whatever she is to you, you just know that she's so... funny enough, I don't know her that much. But the way she cares, the way she tries to help, the way she really asks you, are you okay? Is everything okay? Do you need anything? Okay. And I just see that heart of gold. I see somebody who cares about people beyond the ordinary, beyond the work. You know, the sky is not only your beginning, it's your starting place. And Advip is going places. No, I want to just promote Advip just for 1 minute, right? So Advip, is the CEO of Advip Professional Services. And here at Advip, what we do is that we are on a mission to help you progress your progress. Let me just, in this night, babe, don't try it. We are on a mission to help you make sure that you make progress. Whether you're a non-profit, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're just starting up your business, we just want to make sure that we help you attain financial excellence. So the 3 core things we want to help you do. Number 1, if you have a messy spreadsheet and you don't know how to go about it, come to Advip. Yeah. If you need to raise funding for grants, right? And you don't know how to put your books together, come to Advip. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me the CEO and founder of Advip Professional Services and the incoming chairperson of the ACCA Women Network Nigeria. My sister from another mother, my covenant sister. Please clap. Is that clapping? Increase the clap. They are not clapping here. We will speak here today. Clap.
Thank you very much, Kemi. I mean, my heart is full. I'm so grateful that we're able to have this. So what started off as an idea, we've been able to execute it, and it's all because you're here. So I say thank you for coming here this afternoon. So I know I'm standing between you and your lunch, so I will not take much of the time. So yesterday, I listened carefully to the founder of MoneyPoint, Tosin, and he said something: ideas are free, execution is everything. So what I would say to you is what he said to us yesterday. You've heard so many things. Insights, I don't even know which of the insights you're ready to implement. So if you're here and you've heard so many things and you've had that rare opportunity to join Zoho Partnership and you've not taken action, I encourage you to please take action, because ideas are free, but execution is everything. So on that note, I say thank you for coming, and I really would want you to take action because of the mission she said. So last year at Mombasa, where I also met Guru, I made an announcement and I made a commitment. It wasn't just an announcement. I'm someone that don't just say things. I make sure that I say things that I have to do. So I made this commitment to help digitalize 1,000 MSMEs in 5 years. And you're part of that movement. So for you signing up to be here today, because I've done the maths of how I'm going to achieve that, and I see that I can't do it. Because some people will like, why will you be encouraging other people to become partners? Something that you're already doing, right? But that's not it. The truth of the matter is that if we have 50 people in this room sign up to become Zoho partners, that 1,000 mission will become something we can achieve in 1 year. Do you believe that? Yes. So do I have your commitment? So when people are holding me accountable, I'll bring out the registration list that, see my partner, so, so you must not fail me. Do I have your commitment? Yes.
It's not loud.
Does she have commitment or not? Yes. No, see, you want to fold the hand of your sister. Oh yeah, please. Should I kneel down? No. Please commit. Please. We really need you guys to be on board, because you are the change makers and catalysts for Africa.
True.
And because you are the first people partaking of these things.
Yeah, because you are the first partaking of these things, we are sure that Africa can be better. Because AI is the way forward, and we need people like you to spread the word. Now, the only way you can spread the word is if you partner and you know the benefits, then you can tell somebody else what you're actually benefiting. And And so with 3,600, well, how many people don't get 3,600 there? I don't understand why they're doing like this. 3,600, and funny, you don't have to choose everything. You can choose just one. You can start with invoicing, you can start with the books, you can start with the bill. Just start with one. Whether it's 3,000 or 7,000 per month, or 7,000 or 11,000 per year, you can do it. Like we can do it. So how many people are going to go for the 3,000? 3,000 basic. Let's just finish. 3,000.
Can I get somebody to get their names? No, I'm serious.
Can I get somebody to get their names? 3,000. Please, Advip, can you get their name, their numbers? Because this is how you can actually say 3,000 when I use that thing. Have you paid the money? 3,000 is so easy to pay. 3K per month. And we actually spend more than that. So 3,000 per month. Can I see you raise your hand? They raise their hands at the back there. So they're just going to get your names. You want to do 7,000 per month. You want to do the... So it's standard, premium, professional. There's so much. There's 3K, there's 7K, there's 11K. Which I'm sure this is what we can, do to help our own businesses. It's not like somebody is collecting the money from you, right? This is money to help your own business and your career. So please, it's going to go around. You can just put down your name and what you're interested in so that she can have that data. Your name and what you want, whether it's a 3,000 package, whether it's the 7,000 package, or whether it's the 10,000 naira package. They are going around from table to table. My brother, you start from table. Like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Kemi, for that chat. But what I want to clarify is this. So, as chartered accountants, this is actually a business opportunity for you, right? So, the end users are really the clients that you're going to sign up there. So, the clients can start with the free version as texting, and there is also 15 days demo, which you can also extend. So, within that demo period, you're able to show value to the clients, and the clients can then sign up. And it's very affordable, to be honest. And it's subsidized for this region because I've compared the global prices. The prices out there, global prices, is not same as here. So it's affordable, intentionally affordable. And when he told you about Zoho, how they are founded, is because they have this thing for promoting progress, making sure that people are included. They said something around rural, having the infrastructure and helping employ people that are not even yet professionals, helping them go through education and employing them subsequently. So it's a business that has impact at heart, and that's why we connect. Because for me as well, it's really about making impact, supercharging progress for people, and reducing the level of poverty in Africa. We cannot continue to be the poverty capital of the world. Never. So that's why I'm charging you that you can actually become strategic advisors to business. Now that we have AI helping us to do the data entries and all of that, let's become strategic advisors. Let's look at businesses within our locality that we can support. You can actually start as a volunteer, right? Because you need to build, so if you're new to use Zoho, you need to build capacity because you can't start advising. So you need to you can use the free version for your trainings, you can use that to volunteer for different places and equip yourself. Develop the capacity to actually then help clients, because you can't go to client side and begin to toy and play with clients' information and with clients' data. Your professional integrity is key. Remember, they taught us due competence, right? When we signed when we became chartered accountants. So you have to make sure that you have the skill. You do not take the job that you don't have the competency to deliver, and that's where collaboration comes. So as we are here, connect. Right? So that when you have projects, you can easily reach out to people for support. And feel free to reach out to Advip for support, because we signed a commitment that we want to, how many companies do you want to digitize? How many? Yes. So we'll be happy to support you on your projects through different models of collaboration so that you can actually get on this movement and help us achieve that mission. So with that said, so you can go for your lunch. I would like to then extend my special appreciation to my family. They surprised me. So my big brother here and sponsor, yes, he's my sponsor. If you see me standing here, it's just somebody is backing me, right? And if you look at him, you will know that he's not just anybody. He's a strong man, right? He's the one that has been powering me. So if you see any Uju today, he's the one paying the money. Then he be playing. Yes. So, and then he surprised me by inviting my mom. As in, when I mentioned it yesterday, he was like, he has other events.
Mommy, stand up now.
And then I just turned and I was literally shocked. I was taking video, I just saw someone, I was like, I had to pause. So mommy, thank you so much for all you do. You inspire us, you pray for us, and you tell us to go, that you're there. So we love you so much. And of course, I have my younger brother here as well, Samuel.
Samuel, stand up. He's ready. Samuel, let's clap for you.
So Samuel is here also supporting, making sure that this mission becomes a reality. Then, of course, I will now have to come back to the people, to Zoho. Thank you, Ramesh, for making this happen. To Guru, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I also would like to thank my ICANN family members here. Of ICANN and Mo, right? Vanguard of Integrity. And we also have people from Swan. Yes, I love community, yes. So any community where I am, I try to add value in one way or the other. So when this opportunity came, I'm like, let me just distribute it and see. Maybe if you plant one seed here, that seed can go and blossom, you know. So, and then, of course, who else? And thank my colleagues from Advip Professionals. Thank you guys for making this happen. And thank you all of you really for sacrificing your Saturday afternoon. And I just really pray that whatever it is you have picked up today, that you go out there and execute. With that said, thank you.
Thank you so much. So we're going to wrap up today. As the host of today, I want to thank you so much for coming to the Zoho Special Training Program. My name is Oluwakemi Arewa. Please write down my number. You have an event, you want somebody who can carry that event and engage every single person. Make them laugh, make the event fun, and also impart knowledge. My number is 081 678 72969. 081 678 72969. By the way, this event I did it free of charge for Uju. I didn't charge anything because I love her and I want to support. So because I've done it free of charge, I am praying that people will call me and say, I have a job for you, right? So 081-678-72969, Oluwakemi Arewa. I'm the host with the most. I make your event seamless, right? So call me. Thank you so very much. We love you. We love you so much. Thank you to Zoho. Oh, thank you. Please not me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Zoho. Thank you to each and everybody. To 081 678 72969. 081 678 72969. Oluwakemi Arewa. Just chat me up at, your event is, it's just going to be too sweet, right? Thank you so much, and we've come to the end of today's event. We're going to have lunch.
Okay, hello, my name is Dr. Jonathan Ifoli, and I just attended the Strategic Council Workshop, proudly sponsored by Zoho. I think it gave us an opportunity to really have detailed insights into understanding Zoho's finance applications and Zoho's finance suite of programs, and really how we can plug in into some of those opportunities. I think it was very interesting to see some of the detailed insights around the things that really I think businesses need. It was very interesting to see things around, like for example the inventory model, the expense model as well too, and just generally just understanding what is the needs for us really as businesses. And I think as a finance consultant, despite a lot of opportunities to say how we can leverage Zoho's suite of applications to really support businesses, I think that was very, very insightful. I think it was also practical, and the fact that this is a solution that's priced in Naira also means that there's already from day one self-competitive advantage, because most applications like this that are foreign-based really comes in with the FX component, which might not be the best given our unstable economic sort of regime that we're experiencing now. So I think it was very insightful to see that I think that there's quite a lot today, and to be honest, any business that's not leveraging technology, at least for keeping its books, for preparing its results, getting insight, I think the business didn't have any buying out in this 21st century age. So I think Zoho only puts a lot of this insight for businesses to leverage. I get a feeling that there's clarity around how to support businesses as a finance consultant, and I'm definitely even be latching to what I've learned today. And I obviously have signed up for the Zoho's Finance Partner Program. And those things that we can support Zoho on their mission to scale capabilities to keep their books and finance.
So my name is Dr. Deborah David. I came from the program, which I have Advip Professional Services in conjunction with Zoho Finance. And it's been an amazing season. I love how possibilities of Zoho Finance have been displayed. It's seamless, it helps you to scale. It's opportunity for you to start at the table at up very slow. What's even most exciting about occupation of taxation, VAT, into the program and several other things that they have put in accessibility, not popular with finance, your sites. So as well, I want to encourage try talk to people about. Said that many people get to discover beauty that is called Zoho Finance. My name is Sister Amarisa Hamefila. I'm the Chief Accountant and Head of Account with JMG Educators. So for the training today, I'm so excited to be here today. It's really impactful. For today's training, I learned to be not just a number cruncher accountant, but an accountant that does story with the numbers. So the take home today is that I should be able to also impact in others, not just that I have learned. I should be able to impact into others to what I've learned, to be able to help small businesses to do also. And I'm really excited to learn. My name is one of the members of the ECWNN Network and friend and sister to the Community Affiliates Program. So today's program was very important. I came with the mindset that I was coming to learn, and I'm happy to say I did learn. I know that from what I heard, Zoho is something that I speak to other people to see how they can be employed into their own businesses. I may not go who are into businesses small. Yes. So what I probably do is always talk to how any pointers, say, any quotes, how amazing to method and great today. So
I am Mukianuju, the brain behind the names we have today, the strategic account science solution. The reason this also found is because the same accountants doing a lot of knowledge, and I've seen businesses in the industry, and I've seen businesses also struggling to survive just because they don't have a financial plan and possibility they can usually buy. On the back of this struggle, I started to come up with this structure to solve for accountants and to also serve for businesses. The truth is that once the accountants are hard, they serve with the businesses, helping them to achieve growth because businesses exist to solve problems, and if they have internal problems, that limits the ability to then solve for their clients. So this workshop was quite exclusive. It was transformative, wanting a lot of feedback, and people were even wow that this was a free event. And the fact that it was free was because Zoho graciously sponsored the event and shared with Advip Professional Services. And with the back of this, what also makes me especially happy is the fact that this is going to help me to achieve the mission I've already committed. On the fact that my ACC said word, Kenya made a public commitment. And you commit to something, you have to deliver. So I have been praying and asking Tajah to deliver on that, and that was how this came up. And by the time the times were going to someone is going to have a practice extremely happening, and on the back of that, I had to take this unique privilege to prepare something for accountants. So this wasn't part of the plan. I just reached out to say, I have is there any legal to do? And they mentioned me and they're happy to do that. We are connected to accountants, and that was how it was started. Within 24 hours, we had over 30 registrations. We had to do it because it was a lot of reaching out and asking if we trusted us. We planned it within 1 week. I can imagine. So I'm so happy that we were all this event. We're even much happier because I see people going out to execute. And they say ideas are free, but execution is everything. So I charge them to make sure they execute and that we are available as Advip professionals to build an ecosystem that supports. Because collaboration is the brand new world.